Alright guys, so today I've been hanging out with my buddy Josiah, and he's got probably the most rad NC there is, because we all know NCs are not the favorite Miata, but this thing is sick. He figured he'd take me for a ride. We've just been kind of fucking around, but yeah, I love this car. This thing's super rad. As far as Miatas go, it's pretty loud. I bet people in Fairhaven love us right now. Jeez, it's so loud. Yeah. It's definitely faster than an NA. Like, oh, yeah. NAs are unbearably slow, especially mine. That, you know, before I had it wasn't super well maintained, so it's just kind of rough. But it's crazy to think, like, what have you done modification-wise to the motor?
Nothing really.
Nothing?
Intake and exhaust is all that's done under the hood.
Dang, that's impressive. Honestly, for a Miata, that's really impressive.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But you want to tell people a little bit more about what's done to the car?
It's pretty much just, I have Racing Beat catless 4-to-1 headers. I have a Goodwin Racing 18-inch resonated mid-pipe with a high-flow cat. The tailpipe's just an ISR blast pipe. The intake is an AEM long mount cold air intake. Other than that, I've just done like my coilovers. I got Meister R CRD Zeta coilovers, NK RPF ones. They're 17x9 with a 45 offset. I have Firestone Firehawk 8500 tires. They're 245s. I've done the Momo wheel with an energy quick release, energy shift knob. No, nothing really major. It's vinyl wrapped.
Yeah.
I did the kind of Panda bean vinyl wrap myself, and I have a carbon fiber duckbill from Carbon Miata, and just a cheapo eBay front lip.
And as far as Miatas go, the NC is always kind of like the not favorite of all of them. I think the facelifted NC, which is the one that this is, looks a lot better than the not facelifted NC. The not facelifted NC just looks kind of like a catfish, kind of like, if you think about like a 4th gen Camaro, it's like the smaller version of that. But I think this is the better looking of the two NCs, and it's probably the best looking of this kind as well. Like, you've done everything to make it look not like a catfish, which is, I mean, it's like, usually I wouldn't even be fazed by an NC, but this thing's rad. I like it a lot. Plus all of the awesome stickers, Drifto, and there's a few others that I'll just insert clips from, but man, it's awesome. Jeez, dude. It's fun. It's just so much fun. apart. I can corner pretty hard with it, which is pretty much all Miatas do, right? But like, when I do, it feels like everything's gonna fall apart. I'd go this way. It just feels kind of like everything's gonna fall apart, where this just feels very put together, and everything is very comfortable and nice, but it's still totally ridiculous, which is awesome. It corners very, very flat. Like mine still has a little bit of roll, even on coilovers. It had a lot of roll on stock suspension, but this corner's very flat. It's very solid. Being in my NA and then in Austin's NB and then this NC, this is easily the most comfortable out of all of them. I've never been in an ND, so I wouldn't know if that's any more or less. I can imagine, but like...
They're a little more cramped than NDs. This is definitely the biggest inside.
Yeah, it feels like a larger car. It feels wider. It feels kind of beefier than all the other Miatas. Like, my Miata just feels like a Hot Wheel. Like, it's so light. It doesn't feel like there's a ton to it. This feels like a more solid car altogether. I like the whole Panda initial D theme.
Yeah, I actually get a lot of people who hate me for it because it's not an E6.
Yeah.
They're just like, wrong car, bro. I'm like, yeah, I know, but whatever. It acts the same way as an E6. So.
Yeah, have you ever seen those memes that are like the 8.6 versus the Miata stock? And it's like the Miata's just so much better in every way than the 8.6, and the 8.6 is like 15 grand for a shit one, and this one's, and a Miata's like 5 grand. Yeah.
I totally agree with that, but the thing is, there's several years of engineering between the two cars. The only difference.
Yeah. And honestly, Miata's just, they're really great little cars. Despite all the hate that they get, like, they're fantastic.
Definitely.
A lot of people are like, why would you get a Miata? Like, when I got mine, they're like, why would you get a Miata? It's just a little hairdresser car, and all of the jokes and stereotypes came back to me, and immediately I was like, have you driven one? They're just so much fun. Like, they're not fast, they're not that exciting about anything, but they're really small, they're really nimble, and they're really fun to drive even at a low speed. So pretty much anywhere in one is just such a great time, and I think I love that about them.
Yeah.
And I'll keep preaching that. But yeah.
When I initially bought mine, I lived in like a super redneck town with like a bunch of people who had trucks and Mustangs and all that shit. And my roommate at the time, he had a Mustang, he had a Fox body.
Yeah.
And he gave me shit because I came home with a Miata one day, and he's like, well, that's fucking stupid, you know, why would you buy a Miata, you know? And he's like, why wouldn't you buy something like fast? And I was like, drive it, bro. First thing he did is sent it around a corner in the middle of town and was like, dude, I'm proud of you, this is a cool car.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I've gotten that from a few people, like a few people at car meets have been like, yo, I've been looking into getting a Miata, I don't know if I want one. I'm like, just drive mine, and they always come back from it. They're just like, oh man, it's like, it's slow, but it's really fun at a slow speed.
Definitely.
Yeah, totally ridiculous. But this thing is so rad. Thank you so much for coming up to Bellingham too. It's a bit of a drive.
Yeah, it wasn't really traffic today, so it was pretty easy.
Yeah, still, but this thing's super rad. Yeah, thanks for coming up.
No problem.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and all that stuff. I'll put the Instagram, go follow Josiah and follow the build on this car. This thing's super rad. I'm so excited to see what comes next with it. I hope we can do more videos in the future.
For sure.
So yeah, I will see you guys next time.